Hello, and welcome to our week 3 for Squad v Squads. This week, we are going to have Gravity face off against Incantus in another best of 3 series, best of 3. I am one of your hosts here today, Dark Reaper 1337. Joined with me is MGE Savvy Beard. Always a pleasure to cast with Savvy Beard. Definitely enjoying it so far in the season. This is going to be our week 3 out of our 10-week-long season. For every week, there's different rules and restrictions kind of be brought on. To keep these games balanced, we do have different tiers of players, such as Anchors being our higher tier players, Fires being our medium players, and Ghosts being our low tier kind of caliber players. This week, the restriction is going to be 1 Anchor, and the rest going to be either Fire and probably definitely 1 Ghost. So definitely getting this lobby ready to go. It seems for Gravity, they're going to have Kratex as their Anchor, OG Snorts G Fuel as their Fire, along with Canadian Walrus. And their Ghost is going to be Kirk. On Incantus, I see Demonic French Toast is going to be their Anchor. They also have Noisy and Dragon as their 2 Fires, and they have selected It's a Maniac for their Ghost player. So we're getting this whole lobby set up, and we should be on our way with the first match of the game, which is going to be a Refuge Slayer. Getting a couple minutes for all these teams to get situated in the lobby and ready to go. So, how are you doing today, Savvy? Definitely it's going to come down to how much each team practiced this week, I feel. Incantus is a very tough team. Gravity pulled off a win last week. I want to see if they can continue that momentum and see if Incantus can kind of get things going coming out of that loss from last week to pull out a win as well either. We definitely thank you for all our Twitch followers out there and those viewing the Twitch stream right now. Greatly appreciate you coming out to watch this, and we are very excited for the matches that are going to be ahead of us. What is your kind of opening prediction for Refuge, how each team's going to kind of have their opening shut up? What would you like to see, Savvy? I most definitely agree. I would like to see probably the two anchors, one from each side, to pick up that sniper, try to make those big plays, give that positioning up early on. And I want to see which team really gets that ring control and kind of holds it down this match. Ring 3, the whole ring circle in there is going to be a very key aspect to winning this game, I feel. And I like to see how each team kind of utilizes it. It's not Halo without a match lag out, without someone lagging out. Let's definitely get a lot of hype in the Twitch chat. Let's get a lot of noise being made. Let's get really excited and pumped up for this first match of the week. Come on, let's hype it up. Put the team you want to win in chat. Come on. So, Savvy, somehow you became a host of this lobby. Can you give that over to French Toast so you can set it up and start it, please? Early on predictions, it's really hard to say. We have not had a Game 5 throughout this series. I don't know if today is going to be the first one. I would definitely like to see a Game 5. These are two hard-fought teams. They have a lot of slaying power on each side. They have a lot of strength. A lot of good players out there. I'm going to see a lot of back and forth, a lot of pushes. These are two very aggressive teams. They're not too heavily focused around a setup per se, but they are very aggressive. They're going to be in the base. They're going to get the slays. They're going to get flag caps. They're going to get stronghold. I don't think this is going to be an easy series for either team right now. That is a huge margin. I'm on with Kratos. See if he can make some work with this sniper. He is on the first touch. He is trying to get out Toast, who is sniping on their side in their flag on red. Toast will get that hit, but Kratos is able to stay alive. And it just seems to be kind of going back and forth right now, fighting for that ring control until either team sniper is taken out. Definitely it's going to be a real tough fight for Incantus. They were probably hoping to get that ring control early on, and now they're going to be kind of fighting outside their base. And we already have Gravity kind of making that push kind of taking that fight to them that's the aggressive behavior I want to see. I just don't know if making that push into their base was the right move. They had ring control. I agree. Definitely seeing in chat. I'm not sure if we're having an audio problem on stream right now. Definitely going to go back and check that after this game. Definitely let us know in chat if you can hear Savvy or not. We are making adjustments kind of on the fly. We do have a strong push from OG Snort's G Fuel, kind of pushing in the base, trying to get things going. Dragon is going to get a nice flank on Kratex, and the new snipers are going to be coming up. Let's see how both teams kind of utilize the snipers coming up. We have Canadian picking it up for Gravity, and Toast has just picked it up for Incantus. Dragon trying to stay alive here in ring. See what we have with Toast here, trying to get the sniper going, trying to get a few quick kills for his team, but he's going to be taken out by Walrus. He is going off with this sniper. I am definitely excited to see what he can do. He has been on point with these sniper shots. He's staying alive, putting good use to this sniper, and just trying to keep that lead extended for his team. I definitely like to see this level of play from him. This is crazy. Definitely, Incantus has kind of came back. You see that they were able to get ring control. They were able to put pressure on them and definitely make the slays that they needed. But Gravity is still trying to fight back. I'd like to see them really push up, get a little bit more aggressive, get that ring control back. Noisy's putting good work to the sniper, picking it up, taking it away from Canadian. And I see Dragon as rockets. I'm not sure if they're out or if he used them yet. But no, he says one left. I want to see you get a good kill out of this. Now, the snipers are going to be coming up in the next 15 seconds. Definitely want to see, we're at about that halfway mark, that these snipers are going to become more valuable later on in these matches, just to get the last couple of quick kills. And we're going to have rockets as well. It's going to be huge to get it. And we did have a lead change in favor of Incantus. We saw a lot of good opening from Gravity, but just like that, they're kind of getting outslayed now going into this mid game. They're trying to stay in it. Hopefully they don't allow Incantus too much of a lead in this, but definitely they need to focus on getting that ring control again. You see definitely Maniac in the ring right now, just trying to stay alive, put shots on people.
5 minutes remaining.
I definitely agree. Definitely Incantus is holding down these slays. I was on board with Toast. We got 2 nice back smacks, and he has the sniper now, trying to put this game away for Incantus. Definitely strong slaying powers out of everybody. Definitely can't wait to see the stats after this, but kind of want to see Gravity slow this game down a little bit. Kind of get the slays, kind of stay alive, try to get that map presence again, or this game is going to be taken away from them. Definitely, most definitely. Definitely looking at those stats. We have Dragon going off with 17 and 10, Toast going off 17 and 9. Definitely leading in terms of slays. And on the other side with Gravity, we have Kratex going off 14 and 10. Walrus still had a very nice game, 12 and 12. So definitely 2 leading the team. Definitely trying to figure out what's going on with the audio. We still can't hear you, Savvy. Take a look at my end. See.
Capture the flag.
Okay, we're moving on to game 2, which is going to be Coliseum, CTF. Definitely very nice to see Gravity pick up that overshield in the beginning. I feel like this is one of Incantus's better game types. They tend to be very strong on objective play and strong on CTF. So definitely want to see kind of what's going to happen between these two teams. Definitely on board with Dragon. He's trying to keep this flag watch, but unfortunately Canadian did a great job at keeping that flag alive.
Once he comes back alive, I want to see what he's going to do to get his team rolling in this game.
Definitely Dragon trying to make that push, get that flag going.
So really good touch there from Demonic French Toast to keep that flag alive.
Definitely nice job on the elbow from Incantus. Definitely Dragon's going to get away with this flag without being too much contested. So we're going to have our first standoff. We can hear him now. We can hear him. It was
Okay, good.
So I was able to fix it so we can hear him now. So I apologize for that audio settings mix-up. But we are going to have the push from Gravity pushing on Dragon and see if he can keep this alive. But Savvy, since we haven't heard you most of this time, I want you to do take over in all this talking and let the crowd get your lovely voice.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna jump on board with OG Source G Fuel here because he's got the camo. I like that he backed off there. That was a really good choice, backing off there, going one shot. Staying alive with this camo is gonna be the better play there. And he's eventually gonna get taken out, but really good conscious decision coming out of G Fuel there to just back off and stay alive for a little bit longer with that camo. But I'm gonna jump over to Kradix to see what Kradix is gonna do to end this flag standoff and get his team a cap here. So looks like he's gonna be challenging a couple people here over at Stipe, and he's gonna pick up that Stipe but go down immediately. I'm gonna go over to Toast now and see what he's gonna do with this sniper rifle. Rips the head off right off the bat and gets another body shot on. I didn't see who it was, but Kradix is gonna come over here and challenge him and take him out of the game now. So let's
definitely gonna stay on board with Toast.
Yeah. Yeah, both these teams evenly matched. Like this standoff is going on for quite a long time. Both teams playing really good defense, so I'm just curious to see which team is gonna be able to get those slays and get that flag return.
Definitely, you know that Gravity, they had it tough in that first match, losing kind of at the end. They want to pull out at least a win. Definitely this standoff, I've seen them losing kind of these slaying battles. They definitely need to get some more slays on the board to stay into this. This is not the position you want to be against Incantus. This is something that they've always been in throughout the series, something they're comfortable in playing in. Let's see if anyone is able to get that touch.
Yeah, but it looks like Gravity's sort of making a little push, but you also see Dragon with camo in the base here, and it looks like he's gonna get called out instantly and get taken out there. So good callouts from whoever that was back in Gravity's base. So they're gonna take care of that camo threat and keep pushing out, hopefully.
Some nice movements by Canadian Walrus trying to keep pressure over on their base, keep them kind of guessing. We will take out the flag carrier, and we do have the push now from Gravity to see what happens. Let's see how they're going to defend this flag. This is going to be a huge kill for Walrus, but he's going to be taken out. But they are not able to get in time, and the first set of points will go for Gravity.
Yeah, really good, strong push coming out of Gravity there. That's exactly what I wanted to see eventually. That was a really long standoff, but good plays from Gravity there to
right now.
To get that push going.
Just needs to kind of shake it off, say, okay, we gave up one flag cap, we're still in this, we were down early in the Slayer game, we can definitely come back, keep the pressure on. They're already in their base trying to go for that next flag cap, so definitely no lack of presence on this map right now. They are hungry for that flag cap.
Yeah, but Gravity's just going to play really good defense there and stop that push to get that flagpole. And now it's they recognize now that it's their turn to start pushing out, and they get one slay, but they're also going to have a player go down as well. So let's see how they're going to react to that. And they're going to have 2 go down, so that's going to be the end of the push from Gravity there with 3 players down. So see how they're going to play defense to keep Incantus from pushing in and grabbing that flag cap. But Incantus is all on their side of the map right now, so I'm not really sure what they're doing. Maybe they're just waiting for each other to spawn to push out.
Incantus very spread out. They are trying to make just being spread out. It's really nice to create angles, create that line of sight, but it's not really put as much pressure as they're probably hoping to do on this Gravity team.
Yeah, it looks like what they were going for there was just a quick pick and then a call out to say, hey, we're ready to push now after getting a player or 2 down, and that's exactly what you saw there. So good plays there, but also good defense from Gravity there once again to stop that push. You're gonna see. I'm gonna jump over to Kirk here, pushing the bottom of the base here. He's in a really strong position to get a flagpole here, but he's just gotta wait this out.
I do like this pull from Kirk, even if he's not able to get to the other side.
Distraction.
It did cause a distraction.
It kept those 2 players from pushing forward anymore, and helped out a little bit on defense, whether that was intentional or not. It ended up really working out for him. And then he's going to come off spawn, and he's going to pick off somebody too. So overall, he died, but not the worst play to happen for Gravity. And they're gonna get a couple down here too. So I imagine they're gonna start pushing up a little bit more right here. Hopefully they understand where these spawns are. I'd like to see Kurt push up a little bit more here. I'm not sure what's holding him up. Maybe that fight over at Rockets, but what are your thoughts at this point in the game right now?
Definitely like to see Kirk push up a lot more. I think they had Kratos with the sniper. They had people pushing on Catwalk. They had the numbers. I was expecting to see a push, and I think they were a little hesitant. I think they're a little bit too comfortable in this match.
Off stream there, it looks like Kratos is going to miss a couple of easy melees there and get taken out up at top Rockets. That would have been a big power play for him, but he's gonna jump right back up there and grab the sniper and start going off with it. So I'm gonna stay on Kratos for a little bit right now, just to see what he's gonna do with this sniper. So good body shot, good pistol shot from him. I like to see that he held the shot with the sniper rifle. But wow, I didn't even realize that Incantus had pulled a flag there. So
it was a very sneaky pull by Noisy Boy. He did a great job at getting that across the field. Definitely some miscommunication on the Gravity side of who pulled and what. Kind of going back with what I was saying earlier, they were a little bit too comfortable in the match, and they were able to answer back quickly with another flag pull.
Yep. So good counter cap coming out of Gravity there, but it looks like Incantus is going for a counter cap of their own. And they definitely have the numbers right now to do, but let's see if Kratos can finish off that guy, and he does there. So I'm imagining Kratos is going to start overextending over into their base, and that's exactly what he's going to do here. And let's see. So I think he's going to go for that flagpole. He's going to get taken down, it looks like. But off stream, or maybe not, but off stream, I think Demonic French Toast has just picked up camo about 10 seconds ago, so he's pushing into the base. I'd like to see him just position in the back of the base here, which is exactly what he's doing.
He's doing a great job. He's going to get a flank. We do have a whiff melee, but they're completely do not see him.
Yeah, they're going to see him now, and they should be able to clean this up. Hopefully, Kirk rotates back and gets this, but
you know, I'm okay with this play, even if like Kirk gets taken out here, because Toast did not get a pull. He kind of just had that presence, just letting him know that even though Toast is kind of keeping them back, he's not really getting that flag touch. His team needs to get on the other side right now and help him out. And I just think Incantus was just a little slow on that.
Yeah, I think Incantus was definitely a little slow on getting that pull, and they're just gonna get cleaned up instantly here. Like, I'd like to see Demonic French Toast kind of just take a power position. Yeah, so good. Not pushing forward, just sitting up in the spot, putting some shots down because he just saw his whole team was dead there. So he's gonna get that call out. on his bridge and clean that up. He's doing a really good job controlling that position. I'm going to move to someone who's playing a little bit more aggressive. Maybe someone who's trying to push up, and it looks like that's going to be Noisy here if he can secure this kill, but he's going to go down as soon as I move over to him. But Incantus with a pull right now.
It is a nice pull from them, and they are going to kind of secure this end. I just see OG Snort's G Fuel on one side. He is able to get that touch to kind of keep that stalemate now going.
But there was a little too much panic from Incantus there after that pull. Like, they started noticing a couple people going down, and then, you know, kind of went into an oh crap mode there for a second there, for lack of a better phrase at the moment. But it looks like it's going to work out for him a little bit, and it's just going to result in another standoff here. And Demonic French Toast just picked up camo again, so I am going to stick with his POV, see what he does with this camo. He's going to pick up 1 kill here, and then another kill in the back of the base as well, so that's going to be 2 dead for Gravity, and now 3 dead for Gravity. So now they just need to position to prevent these spawns, or to control these spawns.
Gravity doing a great job getting this flag touch and kind of fighting off the camo.
Yeah.
Not quite sure. I didn't get to see the whole view of where Toast's other 2 teammates were. He was definitely getting the slays. I thought his team would push up a little bit more with him. I just did not really see that from his team at the moment.
Yeah, I think they were just kind of all coming from that one side, and after they got the slays they needed, they didn't spread out enough to block spawns and control the spawns, so they didn't really understand where Gravity was spawning from, and that's the only reason that they didn't end up getting that flag cap earlier. But they are gonna get a flag cap again, so the game's gonna be tied at 2-2 with only 2 minutes left. So let's see what these teams are gonna do to try to put this last cap on the board before the time runs out.
Definitely with 2 minutes, definitely would like to see, I have seen a lot more defensive plays from Gravity, not really too much offensive plays, not really getting the slays that they probably want. Like right now, we already have Incantus in their base, putting pressure on them, and they shouldn't really be pushing out. They should be getting Incantus out of their base.
This should be a cap from Incantus here. They had really good control of the base, good control of the spawns there. So I'm gonna guess that this is gonna result in a cap from them. They just have to defend their base a little bit. But you do see Gravity pushing in here, but 2 kills are gonna go to It's a Maniac. Gravity's gonna get a pull here, but I think Canadian Walrus is gonna get taken out. He's 1 shot running this flag, and yeah, that's gonna be. They're gonna stop it momentarily here. G Fuel able to throw it across to their side, so not a bad play from G Fuel there, even though he wasn't able to live. So what do you want to see? What do you want to see these teams do in the last 45 seconds of this game to hopefully get a win before it goes into overtime?
I definitely don't think. Oh, they were able to get a touch. Holy cow! Definitely want to see more pressure right here from Incantus. This is huge. I don't think this is going to go in overtime unless someone on the other side did take out Noisy. So there is no one there. It's going to be up to Canadian Walrus to kind of get this return. And no one's in position over there. So that's just going to be another flag take. In this overtime, I kind of want to see one side. I want to see kind of Incantus take a more aggressive approach, getting the slays and kind of going back with the team to get that flag back. And for Gravity, I like to see more aggressive plays out of them as well.
Yep, for sure. I definitely want to see a little more aggression, or controlled aggression is what I like to say, coming out of Gravity here. I've seen them in their base like a really huge chunk of this game, and I'd like to see them start to push out a little bit and get a flag cap in this last minute and a half of the game. And I know they have the capability of doing it, and they're going to get a pick here. Yeah, and that's 3 dead right now for Incantus, so I really want to see Gravity start pushing up here.
And I don't see it. I see them just kind of going back to their base, playing defense.
Yep.
We have 2 kind of pushing catwalk, trying to start the aggression, but they really need the whole team to be on the same page right there. I don't know if that
Yeah.
was miscommunication
100%.
or what.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looked like Canadian Walrus and Critics were the only ones pushed up there. But great shot, like great route coming from Canadian Walrus to come in on that window. But he's gonna miss that flag grab, and that's and that would have been huge to get that flag grab and get it out the window there. But
I think
that's not
even
gonna
with
happen for
that
him,
flag
so.
grab, he didn't really have any help from his team, so that pool would probably been just returned very quickly.
Yeah, I think it's possible. Yeah, I think also, but getting it on the bridge, in this type of capture the flag, like what I feel that does is like it puts it into a position where you can get some easy kills, because or you can get the easy grab again, because you can send people from your team over to grab it from that position that's a little more easily available, and then you can just kill the guys that go to challenge that guy picking up the flag. So I think getting it to those positions is really good. But I mean, you see how evenly matched these teams are. Like we're gonna have our first tie of squad v squad. So yeah, but I think just a little bit more aggression out of Gravity, not so much defense, and they could definitely take this rematch.
I definitely agree. We had a lot of kills going out throughout the series. We had 45 kills for Toast. We had 38 kills for Trey Tex, 38 kills for Noisy Boy. Definitely like to see that aggressor. Not so much the passive defensive we've seen out of Gravity. It's almost like they're kind of scared to push up and be that aggressive force in this. They can't kind of let Incantus run away with it and just let them do how they normally do. They're a very strong objective team, and it definitely shows. Every time Gravity got a flag pull, it was right there Incantus fighting back, pulling it, counter capping, and just like that. They have to be able to steal it, but also be aggressive and push up as well.
Yeah, it kind of felt like both teams that game. It was a little bit different. So it felt like Gravity wasn't pushing out of their base enough and being aggressive in the sense of moving up on the map and setting up and just pushing forward. And it kind of felt like, and then on the opposite end, it felt like Incantus was pushing up, but they weren't capitalizing when they pushed up. Like you saw Demonic get like 3 or 4 camo grabs that game and get the kills, but then either the team was dead already and he was the only one left, or everyone was just really slow to go get that flag grab. And obviously French Toast isn't going to be the one to grab that because he's got camo.
Correct.
So his team's just being a little bit slow on going and grabbing the flag, but it looks like we're not doing a replay. It looks like we're going to go into strongholds on Plaza. So
yeah, I'm not sure on that, but well, I guess we'll be moving on to Plaza strongholds.
Yep. So got to get in the mindset for this now as a caster. So I like to see the push coming out of Gravity right here, just all pushing over into this nest. They are gonna get cleaned up though, so really good challenge from Toast and Dragon there to make sure that they don't get that nest.
And I do want to point out for our settings of strongholds, even if you have one hill, you are still getting points into it. And if you have more than one person in the hill, it is rapidly, as you saw on that nest, will get capped much faster. So definitely it's going to be Incantus taking the first set of points very quickly into this game. Let's see how Gravity can answer back.
Yep, and now I'm curious to see how Incantus is going to play this. With this version of Strongholds, it is a little bit different. So I feel like a lot of people forget some of the settings in this, or they're aware of the settings, but they're just so used to playing Strongholds a certain way in matchmaking that I feel like a lot of teams right now are kind of struggling with how to actually play this game type with our settings. So it looks like Incantus is doing a pretty solid job. I would like to see them more clustered as a team with these settings and just running around as a team, and they're kind of spread out, just trying to hold a setup. So that could be Gravity's opportunity to recognize that and take this game away from him.
A good job from Incantus kind of just holding down these two strongholds. They're not being overly aggressive on that one and just kind of holding them off, fighting them back, getting the reset on things, kind of playing off each other and not really pushing one thing too overly, not putting too much priority on this. Do want to see Toast go push for yard, but it seems he's going to put pressure on Nest.
Yeah, and that was just poor communication there with I was just on Kratos' point of view. Like, this poor communication from his team there, why he died. Like, it looked like he wanted to start pushing over to the blue side, but his team all just went and flew bottom mid from like the green area, and he ended up just getting double teamed there and taken out. But this is definitely not a game that's like, this is a pretty close game so far, and it looks like the setup is working out for Incantus right now, the setup playstyle, but I don't know how I feel about it in these particular settings. So we'll see if they can maintain control of this setup though throughout the game.
I do think Gravity is a little too spread out. They have a kind of mixed set of priorities going on. We had some push Nest, some push bottom mid, the pit. So not sure. They need to kind of focus on one and say, hey, we're going to take Nest and just kind of have a coordinated push on this instead of being all spaced out.
And that's what they're doing now. But they also have to remember when they're pushing around like that they do have to watch their backs as well. So like, and they got flanked really hard right there. So really good job from Incantus on knowing exactly what their play call was there and just getting behind it and punishing it.
And three people kind of coordinated from Incantus just to stop that push on the pit. Definitely that's something Gravity needs to work on. Like, hey, I know we all went like the pit, we're all bottom mid, but they kind of collapsed on us and they kind of started going different routes, not sure how to really react to that.
Yeah, that's kind of been the story of this game so far. It just looks like it just looks like they're not quite able to capitalize on the plays that they're trying to make, and I think it's just because Incantus is just slaying really, really well this game. I think if they weren't slaying so well at the moment, I think the scoreboard would be in favor of Gravity, or it would be a lot closer than it is right now. But they are just out slaying, and they're constantly coming from behind the Gravity players and just getting those really good flanks, and they just always have numbers this whole game. So, while I think rotating is really important in this version of Strongholds, you also have to remember that you do have to get rounds of slays before you can do that. Otherwise, you're not going to know where the team's at. But if you get those slays, you'll let them spawn and you'll have a better idea where they're at, and you'll be able to control the map a little bit better. But they're just not doing that right now. They're not. They're zerging a base before they have a couple people down.
Definitely needs some kind of change of style. I definitely see Incantus kind of running away with this. Not too much aggression. They're kind of holding down at Nest, kind of watching it and protecting it, waiting for Gravity, kind of baiting them to that bottom mid stronghold. And as soon as they see one or two push it, they all just kind of collapse on it and go down. And if they don't see them go bottom mid, they're all kind of hung up at Nest. So they can just kind of cover both and kind of react to whatever situation is really presented to them.
Yeah, and they're just doing a really good job right now Incantus is just doing a really good job right now of getting the slays, and just they don't even need to rotate right now because they're just slaying now, and it just the slaying coming out of Incantus right now is just absolutely winning them this game.
They have definitely been warmed up from that Slayer match. They're feeling good. The Coliseum game, definitely they found their rhythm, and I think that's going to take them. And we're going to see potentially a camo burn out of Toast.
Yep. So let's see. I'm gonna jump over to Dragon. I want to see what Dragon's doing this game to help his team win. And I like that Dragon isn't even going for that base there. Like I like that he's just gonna go help his team out here. Like you can tell how focused they are with just moving around as a team. He's unfortunately gonna go down there, but
and he has Sorry, go ahead.
I do like his plays there.
Definitely, and he had 3 people kind of focusing on him with shots, which allowed his other teammates to get into position to kind of help support.
Ooh, and Canadians just able to get away there.
Definitely like Dragon's map positioning, getting up top, getting the flanks, and just being a general nuisance in this match. It's really not letting Gravity get any momentum or plays started.
Yeah, for sure. I think, yeah, this game's definitely looking like it's gonna go to Incantus, but it isn't over yet. Like, it just feels like right now what's happening is the Gravity is just not aware of where these Incantus players are coming from. Like, I would like to see them kind of, like really the only thing you can do to change that is kind of just pay more attention to spawns and where you're positioned on the map, because they just keep getting flanked non-stop, and they keep seeing people, but then they tunnel on another guy that's right in front of them and totally forget about the guy that's to the left of them that was, you know, one shot, but they weren't able to quite clean him up. And so their awareness just needs to improve a little bit. Otherwise, like, I mean, it's probably too late for him now, but in the next match, like, their awareness just needs to get a little bit better, because this game it just hasn't been stellar at all.
No, definitely needs some work. They need to go back, kind of review this game type. Definitely Incantus, I see. Unless some major swing of events happen, I think it's going to be Incantus taking this game. Because as soon as momentum goes for Gravity to get 2, Incantus is just taking another base right under their nose.
Yep. But Kratos is on a killing spree here, but it's going to take a lot for them to get back into this game. They're going to have to hold a trip cap the rest of the game, and I just don't think that's going to happen. And it looks like Incantus is going to walk away with this W. So, good game out of Incantus. Just, I think, I honestly feel like Gravity had the right strategy in mind, but their execution was just not where it needed to be. And I think their awareness overall, just each individual player, everybody on Gravity was doing it. I think their awareness was just not where it needed to be, and they just kept getting slayed out, and couldn't get their setup going. You could tell what they wanted to do, but they could just never do it because they just weren't aware of where Incantus was coming from.
Definitely want to bring attention to the assists by Incantus. You have 19 from Maniac, 17 from Toast, 11 from Noisy Boy, 13 from Dragon. Over 50 assists there for that team, and you don't really see that same kind of coordination from Gravity. You have 9, only one player, Kratos, breaking double digits for assists. So that's definitely plays a big factor in that game, where there's a lot of individual battles from Gravity, a lot of individual battles that they weren't winning, and just overall not playing the positioning and chemistry that was their game. They definitely need to come back in this cryptic game and get their things together.
I know this is a map that Gravity has taken to heart with some of their losses on this map. I'm pretty confident that this is a game that Gravity could take off of Incantus. We're just gonna have to see exactly how they're gonna set up. But not a bad start from Gravity right now. That's two dead, but also or for Incantus, but also 2 dead for them. So pretty even start here, except they have some points on the board. So pretty solid start so far from Gravity. I like what I'm seeing so far.
I like the pressure that Gravity kind of put in this opening. Definitely has their opening down, but now they're kind of just attacking this base one person at a time. It's not really working out for them, and I believe Incantus is going to hold down this and get back into the lead.
Yep. I'm gonna jump over to Kirk. I want to see what. I'm gonna focus a little more on the Ghost this game, to see how they're gonna play to help their team out here. So there is going to be a hill change there, so let's see how these teams are going to react to this hill change.
The overshield hill is always the toughest one to control. You definitely need that sniper, and we do have 2 in the hill for Incantus. I like how they're creating space. I don't see anyone from Gravity side kind of really putting any pressure on that hill.
Yeah, I don't like Dragon pushing out of the room that the hill is in there. I understand his intentions and what he was trying to do, but I don't think that was the best play. But I mean, that's unfortunate. That other player, Noisy Boy, needed to be watching that there. That back smack shouldn't have happened. But that's not to say that Incantus didn't have a great setup in that room. I really liked the setup in that room. It just didn't end up working out for him. Nice little back smack there from, I think it was Kirk. So good play from him, but they did have a really good setup in that room, and I'd like to see them continue to do that from each room. Because right now, Incantus is just holding better setups than the rooms, and I think that's why they're ahead by a little bit here.
Definitely like to see Gravity get more angles and not kind of be all in the hill.
Yeah. See, like, having 2 people jump into the hill there is just not the best thing. But you look right now what Incantus is doing, and what you're seeing is they're recognizing that they now slayed out the players. Now where are we going to position ourselves to give us the best chance in this room? And that's exactly what they did. You have a guy in the corner, you have a guy up on this little ledge who just jumped in to take over the hill. And then you have people multiple angles that can cover that room on your team, and they're just doing a really good job doing that and keeping the OS guy in the hill. So just really phenomenal job coming out of Incantus holding these setups in these rooms right now. But it is Gravity's turn to do it now, but they're going to be a little late. So I didn't even see the hill change coming there. I wasn't paying attention, but yeah, it looks like Incantus is already going to have the setup in this other room. So just really good job from them, knowing when the hill is going to change and getting that set up.
Definitely a good rotation. Definitely a fault on Gravity not knowing that Noisy and Dragon were kind of watching that area. Dragon getting behind the 2 Gravity players just to put shots on them. I am going to be on with him. He does have the sniper. I would like to see him get the angles to really support and keep the other team off this hill.
Yeah, for sure. I would really like to see. Yeah, I like to see Dragon right here now. I would also like to see. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I'm seeing what I want to see right now. I think if you are going to be out of the room, I think where Demonic French Toast is at right now. He's off stream right now, but he's kind of just sitting up by the portal area. I don't think that's the worst spot, but he is going to get taken out there.
That's a huge double kill from Dragon, but he will be taken out.
But you're just seeing right now the setups coming out of Incantus. Like Gravity is killing members of their team, but they just have such a strong setup that it just they're not able to gain control of the hill even after they get those kills, because they're just Incantus is just anchoring the room really well and giving themselves the best opportunity to control this room, and it's paying off for them. It's a big lead right now for them, about an 80 or a 90 point lead now. So
definitely the hill's going to rotate. It's going to go back into this overshield thing. And this is not the strongest setup we've seen from Gravity. They definitely had struggles on this hill and the one we were just at in the corner room. So definitely this is in favor a lot. And even the points, this is something that Gravity needs to step up, put the slaves on the board, and kind of have these coordinated pushes. And I'm just not seeing it right now.
Right, I'm gonna go on board with Kratos here. I would like to see Kratos, like when he's I've seen him do it a bunch this game. I've seen a couple players do it a lot, but I would like to see Kratos stop pushing through this portal door right here to get into this room. It's the easiest door to cover. I would like to see him push around to that teal colored door underneath, or one of the bottom doors, where the other team may not be looking at that angle as much, you know, just to get into the room and then do like a nice little jump up. Exactly what Kirk did earlier to get that back smack. I would like to see more of that, but there is going to be a hill change here, so let's see how these teams...
Definitely like to see Kratos here help get Dragon off there. I'm kind of prioritizing this one person. He does get the stick, but he's going to be taken out. And those one-on-one trades is really not working out in favor of Gravity, just because they need to have like the teamwork. I definitely see Incantus getting a little relaxed, a little bit comfortable just because of that lead. And now they're definitely giving an opening for Gravity to come back in it.
Yeah, they still have a pretty significant lead. And I think they were okay forfeiting a little time in that hill just to get up some slaves and then make sure that they have full control. So I still like the way Incantus is playing this game right now, and they're still ahead by a significant margin. So, but looks like Kratos is going to be able to get some nice shots there, and maybe stay alive here. But no, it looks like exactly what I was saying. Dragon pushed the bottom of that base. And did a really good job of getting into the room. He ended up getting, I think he ended up getting taken down, but I like that push from the bottom area much better than coming from that main window that everybody looks at. But a good double kill coming from Kratos there.
Definitely two people on the hill for Gravity. Would like to see them kind of call that out and create that space.
Yep, and it looks like Kratos is going to notice that, and he's going to jump out of the hill off stream. I'm going to jump over to It's a Maniac as well. She's doing a really good job putting in shots right now on the players in this hill. And she's had a really good performance as the Ghost this series so far. I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing. She's making herself a hard kill target. She's staying alive. She's putting in shots. She's doing everything that you should be doing as one of the quote-unquote lower caliber players. But that game is going to go to Incantus, and I think it just came down to overall better setups from them. So good game from Incantus there.
Good games for both teams. I definitely want to highlight Dragon going off with 31 kills. We had Noisy going off with 22 kills. Definitely the Ghost stepped up this series and definitely kind of played to their fullest potential on getting these slaves. Definitely something that Gravity needs to go back and discuss with their coach, kind of rework some of the setups. Definitely get some more practice in this week for next week. And definitely good game for Incantus. Congratulations, Incantus, on winning week 3 for this week. We will be joining our next series of games later on tonight around 7 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be Interstellar versus Mythical Magnums. It's going to be another great game. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yep. Thanks. Appreciate the support, guys.